Hello Chingu, I'm Mihwa and this is Mihwa's take on Mihwa's space. So today's review is going to be on Wonderfools. It's about 3 people that gained mysterious supernatural powers and didn't know what to do with them and ended up having to use it to save the world. I don't want to go too much into detail so I don't spoil it for you. So I'm just going to go straight into reviewing the main characters. So first of all, episode 1 was a bit of a drag, but it gave context to the whole drama. So if you're able to sit through episode 1, it will give you like a basic understanding of the entire K-drama. It's just 8 episodes, so it's not long. It has your favorite stars like chaeunwoo and parkeunbin. So let's start with parkeunbin. Her character was Cheney. Cheney was a girl that suffered from a heart disease and was literally anticipating her death, but she ended up not dying because of the supernatural powers. And I would say, okay, so as part of the plot, there was an experiment that happened years ago on children. That's how come they got the supernatural powers. And it was, what's the word for it? The entire operation was busted, people got arrested and all that, but the kids that got the powers had to live with it, and the powers were defective, so it was affecting their daily lives. So these 3 idiots in quotes happened to get the powers by no fault of theirs, by no experiment, and Cheney happened to be one, the one with the heart problem. That's parkeunbin. And as part of her supernatural power, she got immortality. So instead of expecting death, she could now live. But then there were some parts I found dicey, because if she got the heart of the person that was immortal, how come she was severely sick for so many years before activating the supernatural power? Or did she have to like die for the power of immortality to be in effect? That part confuses me. Also, I think she's stressing Kdrama too much, because we get it, you don't have much time to live and all that, but that's no reason to frustrate everybody. And then Unjon was chaeunwoo. He was an original Wonder Kinder, one of the children with the powers. His power was telekinesis, and he moved into Cheney's town. That was like the original place where the experiment happened. For his own mysterious investigation, he came across Cheney and the other 2 idiots, and they got close. He was helping them with their powers and all that, but he ended up betraying her at a point. I said I wasn't going to spoil it for you, but yeah, there will be a little spoilers. And I still can't get over the betrayal though, but I also feel like the 2 of them falling in love was too cliche. It's like almost every drama 2 people have to fall in love. Like, it didn't make sense to me, because I personally did not feel the chemistry between them. They felt more like brother and sister to me than lovers. But well, anyway, according to the plot, the only successful experiment was the boy who had the immortal heart, the heart that was in Cheney's chest. So how come after the whole escapade that happened, I don't want to end up spoiling, but like, how did chaeunwoo survive that long if he was also part of the defective people? Because it's like all the defective people died, but he survived together with Cheney to live happily ever after. I still don't understand that part. I don't. Let's go to the grammar. Well, before the grammar, the other 2 idiots, there's not much to be said about them. Like, they were complete idiots, but I found it funny how their weaknesses was what they needed to trigger their power. So again, a spoiler, one idiot's weakness is lying. So his power can only be activated when he tells a lie. And another one too kind of has insecurities and fear and all that. So in order to trigger his power, you have to feed on his insecurity for him to get angry, and then his power comes. His power was extraordinary strength. And the liar, his power was kind of like Spider-Man. So he tells a lie, and anything he touches, he literally gets stuck to it. So So if he has to climb a building, he has to keep telling lies for his hands to keep sticking, for him to keep going up. Yeah, but also Chinese grandma happened to be one of the patrons of the experiment, and she kept Cheney safe because obviously everybody was after her. But I feel like she should have paid for her crimes. I get it that she raised Cheney and all that, but like, you funded the experiments, all of them went to jail. So at least she should have paid for her crime in one way or another. I mean, sponsoring it doesn't make you less guilty than those who performed it. It was still torture. From those who sponsored it to those who performed it, they were all guilty. So she should also have gone to jail, I think. As for the doctor there, the least said about him, the better. Check the last episode. Yet again, another spoiler. He kind of resurrected. So does that mean there may be a season 2? Because I wanted that man to just die and let everything end there, because he was the only one who could like perform the experiments. So if he's resurrected and his experiment became successful, does that mean he has also become immortal? If then, that means he's going to be causing more chaos, but he has to die. So I don't know, there may be a season 2 or not, but yeah, that is basically my review for Wonderfools. So if you are into fantasy dramas, go check it out. It's just 8 episodes, so you'll be done in about 8 to 10 hours if you binge watch. So yeah, see you on the next review on Mihwa's Take. Ciao.